The Google Pixel 3. I was so excited about this phone, as you'll see in my review that I finished a few days ago. But since I filmed that review, I have had a few difficulties with the phone. It's been overheating and shutting down as a result of that. And in addition, the fingerprint reader on the back has stopped working. Now, there are also some glitches in the operating system's design, which can be fixed very easily and is very normal for a new phone on a new operating system. Now, I spoke to Google about this and they said that they haven't heard anything like this about the Pixel 3. It could be a defective device. So I trust that Google is looking into the issue, but I just had to mention that. So here's the original review. Google's newest lineup of Pixel phones have some of the best cameras on the market and an AI that can answer calls you don't want to answer yourself. Your smartphone might be smart, but Google has taken it upon themselves to raise that bar with the Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL. So what's under the hood, and is this phone right for you?
We were given this phone for review purposes by Google, so it's the same one you'll find in stores.
Since the first Pixel, Google has taken a different approach to photography, one that relies a bit more on software and AI than hardware, and it's done incredibly well for them. It features a single rear camera with two front-facing cameras, allowing for what's called group selfies. It uses a wide-angle lens in front, which Google says captures 184% more image than the iPhone XS. For the rear-facing camera, Google added some nifty AI tricks to boost your photos. While other phones adopted two rear lenses, a standard lens and a telephoto lens, Google introduced Super Res Zoom. It uses your hand's natural shakiness to capture more detail when you zoom in on a photo. It's a genius concept that I won't even pretend to understand, but it works. Now, it's not as effective as having a physical telephoto lens, but it's impressive. Google also brought us a bit of time travel by introducing their Top Shot feature. The phone takes a series of photos before and after you hit the shutter button. So if you blink or you miss the action, you can reverse time a bit. Both Samsung and Apple have their versions of a similar feature. But when it comes to capturing the moment, I think that Google just gets it right more often. The Pixel's fused vision stabilization is also really awesome. Google says you can even jog while filming, and your video will turn out great, and Google delivers on that promise. Watch me run like a madman through the park for this video. Now check it out with the iPhone XS Max. There's a noticeable difference in the Pixel's stabilization. Google's also supposed to be releasing their low-light night sight mode in the coming weeks, and they've also got some gimmicky features that every company brags about at their keynote, but that no one uses. Now for the Pixel 3, that's their photo booth mode and playground, which is the updated AR stickers. They're fun, but not something I'll get much use out of. Anyway, great camera. Google Lens is their sort of live lookup feature through their camera, and it gets an upgrade with Pixel 3 as well. Now you can click and search similar clothes and accessories using the Google Lens mode on your camera. It will pull up suggestions for similar clothes and accessories you can buy online. I've never been taken by such a strong urge to buy something that someone else was wearing that I had to go out and buy it immediately. But that's just me. What I do find useful is Lens's ability to pull text out of thin air and making it useful to you immediately. If you scan a business card, you can email or call that person or that business right away. You can also translate text. You can scan QR codes or identify landmarks. Or my favorite, recognize plants you're looking at. It might not be the most productive tool, but I've used it more than once. Google Lens is certainly useful and it's sort of futuristic, but it's another example of advances in software, not so much hardware. Speaking of hardware, the Google Pixel 3 and 3 XL both have some good hardware in them. There's nothing incredibly groundbreaking, and some of it's really just playing catch up with other flagship phones, but they're nothing to shake a stick at. It has a much improved OLED screen than the Pixel 2, which received a lot of criticism for being too dull and too desaturated. The Pixel 3 fixes all of that. It comes with 3 color settings on the screen, the default of which is called adaptive color, which kicks up the saturation, but in a smart way. Skin tone and the like will stay true to life, while other things enjoy a subtle boost. But this notch, it's not just huge. Everyone's talking about it, and for good reason. Apple got flack for their notch when they first announced the iPhone X, but this pushes the issue even further. Now, I'm not against a notch. This is just a really, really big one. And it's just there pretty much to house the 2 front-facing cameras, which to me doesn't quite justify the size. Google offers ways to hide the notch, which actually makes the phone more symmetrical, but you sacrifice a bit of the screen for it. Now, the Pixel 3 not XL doesn't have the notch. but I'm a big phone person. I could probably get used to the notch, but should I have to? In any case, it's the software that makes this a truly unique phone. Features like Call Screen set this phone apart from the rest. Call Screen uses AI to answer your phone for you if you don't know who's calling, or if you just want to see what someone is calling about. Is it the most polite thing in the world? Well, no. Using Call Screen is basically telling the other person you have no interest in talking to them. So I wouldn't use it with people I care about. But it's useful for those people who you really don't want to talk to on the phone. It's things like this that make me think Google put a lot of time and money into developing a phone that could best show off their software. Some of these software updates will be coming to the original Pixel and Pixel XL, as well as the Pixel 2 and Pixel 2 XL. Things like Call Screen, Night Sight, Digital Wellbeing, and the all-too-useful Playground. But Google says that there are certain features like Top Shot, Super Res Zoom, motion autofocus, and lens suggestions that rely on the hardware inside of the phone to work properly. So they're only on the Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL. Does this warrant an upgrade? Does this superior AI and software held within a compilation of pretty modest hardware create a need for a new phone? My answer is twofold. This is a smart phone, really. It makes use of lean hardware and it's actually useful. So many companies are filling their devices with fluff. And Google has some fluff in there, but the vast majority is intelligent, creative, powerful, and useful. It's what people have come to expect from Google, and it's for these reasons that I want this phone. But my Pixel 2 still works perfectly fine, and some of the features I'm most excited about are going to trickle down to the Pixel 2. So for me, it's not worth dropping $900 right now. But if you're looking to upgrade, and you get excited about taking really awesome photos and running through random parks to take really awesomely stabilized videos, the Pixel 3 might be worth the jump.